Hello, everyone. All right. Today, I am double checking that the audio receiver is working, and it is. Okay. Hello, Ben, and thank you for the raid there. All right. So, Majenko, you can fix that now. The controls in your hands. We don't have shout out command. No, I've minimal stuff here. They know who Ben is. Ben doesn't need a shout out. All right, you guys want to see something crazy here? All right, like I haven't seen one of these in a really long time. It's an empty floor. Whoa. So, yeah, spent some time doing some cleaning. Now that the DECWriter is
Wesley
done.
Nixon subscribed with Prime. They've subscribed for 41 months. End of line.
Wesley, thank you for the Prime sub and for 41 months there. I appreciate that. Threw all your wires away. That was the only storage place. Yeah. Oh man, you can afford carpet. So yeah, the if I could choose no carpet, I probably would, but you know, oh well. And Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits there. It did actually read that, right? I'm not exactly sure what happened there. They know who Ben is of some deep dark shameful knowledge. Oh man. Yeah, that's weird. I didn't hear it, Chloe. I see it in my
Avila
list.
subscribed at tier 1. They've subscribed for 2 months.
200 bits.
And says good evening from Norway. End of line.
Let me fix that right now. My apologies, Chloe. Overweight, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for 2 months. And hello back to you in Norway. From Hotlandia, where it's going to be 90 in 2 days in November. It's great. I guess I just do a get poll, actually. Hold on. Let me do this really quick. We don't have too many things for it to reread here. Get poll. Yeah, this is actually, you know, I needed to do this. Get reset hard head so that the renaming works. No one change your name. Hard head. There we go. Get poll. There we go. Okay, and now Stream remote, running console.
Deck Talk is now online. End
There we
of
go.
line.
All right, now Ben's
18
getting his
raiders
thing.
from Belgium
Yep.
have joined. End of line. Wesley Nixon subscribed with Prime. They've subscribed for 41 months. End of line. Chlorocoon says CHER 100 you defrag the floor filing system. End of line. Avio is subscribed at tier 1. They've subscribed for 2 months. And says good evening from Norway. End of line. Magic Contact says CHER 200 so are you saying that I should no longer be your magic contact? End of line.
As long as
Falcon says hyper CHER 200. End of line.
you redeemed it when I had the current version running, the server should have caught it if you did, but the office will not have. I'm trying to look now. Yes, you did redeem that. Okay, hold on. I'm going to. Okay, I have to manually put that in. Hold on. Why did it play it twice? What did it? Oh, so I restarted the client side receiver for that. So my whole setup is ridiculous. I'll just say that, and it reads it twice if I do that. All right, Majenko, let me import that from the server here.
Chlorocoon says CHER 100. Manually adjusting someone's deck talk name. Sounds like it's working by your command.
Well, I only have to do it because it was run. So the server caught it.
Fleet subscribed at tier 1. They've subscribed for 34 months. And says been a while since I caught a stream. End of line.
Willie Fleet, thank you for the tier 1 sub there and for 34 months. I mean, I brain no good do think. But thank you, Willie Fleet. I needed to do this anyway so that I could download the file that is Redshift's correction as well. That's a thing I'm gonna have to keep in mind. If anybody ever does a name change and I'm only streaming at home, then it's not gonna propagate to the office. So that's worth knowing. Hold on, I'm just grabbing the file here. Okay, deck talk, replace, save file, get, and save. Okay. There we go. I think this does a thing here. Let me just try something really quick. One moment. I thought I had that hooked up to the deck talk. I don't. Oh my gosh, hold on. Okay. Oh, it's gonna read them all again. You guys are getting real value for your stuff today.
Deck Talk is now online. End of
Okay.
line.
I'm glad I tested
18
that.
raiders from Belgium have joined. End of line. Wesley Nixon subscribed with Prime. They've subscribed for 41 months. End of line.
Not
Chlorocoon
surprised.
says
There are
CHER
issues.
100 you defrag the floor filing system. End of line. Avio is subscribed at tier 1. They've subscribed for 2 months. And says good evening from Norway. End of line. Matchenko Tech says CHER 200 so are you saying that I should no longer be your magic contact? End of line. Hawkins says hyper CHER 200. End of line. Chlorocoon says CHER 100. Manually adjusting someone's deck talk name. Sounds like it's working by your command. Willie Fleet subscribed at tier 1. They've subscribed for 34 months. And says been a while since I caught a stream. End of line.
Okay, why did that not work? All right, one moment. I may have disabled the API test deck talk output. Let me just check really quick. No, that should have worked. Cross-stream meeting today. At least 4 of us had independently produced similar QA frameworks. Laughing at it. That's funny. All right, we're doing a little bit more debugging here. Hold on. Keep meaning disable API test. Seem to have forgotten. Well, I mean, in this case, I need it. It's important right now because that's how I'm verifying that point redeems get sent to the deck talk at the office. Why are they not coming through, though? Yeah, let me look at some stuff. I don't have this set up to screen share this, and I kind of don't really want to right now, so... deck talk is hotter than my lav mic. It's such a frustrating problem. Here, I can do a little thing for that right now. Wait, why is that turned down? Weird. Okay, well, whatever. We'll just leave that. So I can't waste points on that, so I'll waste them on this since there's no set clock either. Yeah, there's nothing to set a clock on. The only clock here is the one that keeps getting shut off every single day. Okay, what was I looking at already? DAC talk is API server register interact. Okay, so it should be receiving it. That's weird. As long as it's actually being sent out to the API server, which it is possible it's not. Let me double check that stream server. There is an interact. Wait, it should already be receiving it. Oh, hold on, I may have messed it up. I might have been sending it twice. That wouldn't have been doing any favors. Or receiving it twice. Hey, guess what? Actually, I'm just going to restart the server side here real quick, like that way we don't have 30 seconds of stuff every single time. So just one moment. All right, there we go. I have no idea why you guys are talking about desktop environments. There's a line between offensive funny and will get canceled. Yeah, there is a very, very strong possibility that something offensive will get nuked. Okay. Just trying to make sure that interacts are actually being sent out. HTTP receive, donate, receive, interact. Yes. Wait. It's not. What? Why? Oh, the server side was not sending it to the deck talk. Okay, hold on. Let me do this. That's weird. Okay. And now... Ooh, that's not that one, not that one. does this make?
Technical API test and set. Does this make the deck talk? End of line.
There we go. That's what I needed.
API test and set. Does this make the deck talk? End of line.
Oh, because I need to restart it. Hold on.
Deck talk is now online. End of
Okay,
line.
should do it once.
Technical API test and set. Does this make the deck talk? End of line.
There we go. All right, that's good. All right, no one else changed their name, right? No. Okay. All right, we're all good. Only 17 minutes in. Okay. Yes, I have Desk View X now. I haven't done anything with it. Normal stream then, yeah. All right, now we've got everything underway. 849 points to change again. Okay. Well, it sounds like it was worth it. Yes.
Loracoo says CHER 117 mins in, and I blame Matt Genko Tech. End of line.
It tries so hard. No, I'm not gonna do a stream about it. That's a lot to ask. It's gonna be too complicated for something like that. All right. Okay. According to pattern code. Okay. I don't know anything about that, unfortunately. Okay. And refunds his own points. Yeah. All right. Now on to the actual goal for today, which I really don't think is going to take 2 hours. So, you know, I guess it kind of works. I've got the DECWriter in its new home already, and it's just so pretty. Look at that. It fits right in. Isn't that absolutely fantastic? We got the DECWriter, we got the data generals. It's just a nice, happy place over here. But unfortunately, it's got to get ripped out of there now because, I mean, I can't reach it with the vacuum there, and we definitely need to vacuum the inside. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Underneath down here, that's a paper tape reader punch. At some point, we'll mess around with that, but not right now.
Genko Tech says CHER 100. Need more deck. Get more deck. We love deck. End of line.
Thank you for the 100 bits, Majenko. It sounds so tortured pronouncing your name now. Like it's try. It sounds like a teacher who's been told how to phonetically pronounce one of their students' names and is really struggling to make sure they don't get it wrong so that their parents don't call them. Inexpensive source for tractor feed paper? Yes, the past. Stream straightened paper? No, we just get rid of the paper. Anyway, this thing weighs 100 pounds and it's really, really awkward. So, yeah, we're going to get a little more space here and then just kind of shimmy it over. All right, assuming stream today goes well, because there is the potential of LTE congestion today. And if it happens today, it's going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to work on learning how to use my HP 16500C as a DSO. Now, maybe some of you will remember this. Have we tried this before and I deemed that it sucked? Because I don't remember. I feel like I did try it and it was just bad. So I would like to take another crack at it and determine this once and for all if it's good or not at this. Because if it's not good as a DSO, I'm taking it home. because it works great for video signal analysis. But if it's not good for like random stuff, then I'll just leave the Tech TDS 320 here and we'll use that. And then not ever mess with the 16500C again. And then we'll have to VGA mod the B because video modding is required here. Why is the camera at DCX height? Because the arm only goes so far over. Looks so tiny next to the Data General? I mean, yes. Need to put some casters on it? You know, actually, so it has feet, and one of the feet fell off. I have it here. These could unthread and have casters put in place, but the nut broke off inside of the tube, so I can't. I thought tomorrow you're playing Link to the Past randomized again. No, it's only if the stream today fails. It looks tiny next to the Nova 4, yeah. All right, did the DECWriter ever have an option for caster wheels? Well, I don't think it had an option, but like you saw, it definitely could have worked. On your way to the welder, how are you gonna weld inside like a 3/4 inch square tube? Does it talk serial? This? No. Which is the problem. There we go. That's what we needed, just to get it over here. Okay. Now I'll get this back over here. I'll quickly mention, because I haven't turned this on yet. We've seen this in the background. This is the Tektronix 7904 here. I did actually try and turn this on earlier this week, and I have all of the modules loose right now, so these actually just pull out quite easily. Turns out this thing's got a real weird REFA that has a resistor built in. You can look at my Mastodon profile to see a post I did about it. So I'm not exactly sure what the deal is with that, but I didn't want to try just yoinking it and turning it on, even though it may or may not have worked. So, seeing the power of MIG, through the power of MIG welding, all things are possible. Yeah, but I don't want you to weld it to it by burning a bigger hole in it first. That's not the correct way. How much does DECWriter weigh? It depends on the configuration, but roughly 100 pounds. Cut the bottom off and re-weld it, yeah. All right. So there's a couple of things that we need to clean on this, but you can't guess which foot is off. That's one benefit to the carpet, is you can't tell as much. All right, flip these in, pull this off. So the top mostly looks really good, but it's slightly dirty, dusty. So if we look at this, we can see that some water clearly got on it at some point and schmutz the dirt around. So we're gonna wipe these down. That is both the paper cover and this top piece. There's 4 screws we're gonna remove for that. And then inside, there's just a bunch of random, like, debris, dust, fuzz, fluff, whatever, that's all around in there. We're gonna use the vacuum and we're gonna get all of that out. So that's the main goal for today. It's just make it nice and clean. Also, while this is off, I'm gonna clean the bezel around the keyboard, and then when we reinstall it, we're actually gonna loosen the keyboard panels because this thing slides back and forth to align better with this, and I have it a little too far forward right now, so it's actually pressing on the front lip of the plastic area a little worse than I would like. Anyone else getting buffering? Okay, that's what I'm concerned about. Retro Bright is never the answer. Okay, are we getting server side or office side drops? We are getting server side drops. Yay! All right, not a ton I can do about that. Oh well. Okay. So let's get the top off. Whitening toothpaste isn't that, I mean, that's probably not going to work on this. Retro Bright is the question. Over my dead body is the answer. Yes. Long story short, Retro Bright doesn't work, and it actually makes the plastic yellow faster. And by doesn't work, I mean it's not a permanent solution. I have Retro Brighted one thing, and I did it in 2015, and then I set it on a shelf and didn't touch it again. The areas of that item that I Retro Brighted are now yellower than the areas I did not retrobrite. So, to me, yeah, never retrobrite. Just do not do it. I don't know that retrobrite weakens the plastic and that the plastic isn't just weak. I think there are so many things that have just weak, poor condition plastic, like old Macs. They're in really bad shape nowadays. So it's really hard to say, because if someone retrobrited a Mac and then, you know, something cracked, like that's not a valid test. Oh, I've never used whitening toothpaste. That sounds like it would just... No, just no. Accept that the plastic is brown and just move on. That's my answer. Just get over it. All right. Here. Ain't no one retrobriting this thing. It's going to be slightly yellow tinted forever. Deal with it. That's my opinion. All right, so you can see probably the faint line of grime around the keyboard just from where it was or was not exposed. It's also possible that that could be dust that was along the edge that is now ground in. Hopefully not. Pro tip, do not put a leather car bra on your car, because that happens to your paint. Okay. We will need to... Do we need to remove the keyboard? It's probably not that bad under the keyboard. It's not great under the keyboard. We'll try not removing it. Well, it's all retained. We'll get to that when we get to it. Let's do the top plastic first. Yeah. Okay. Somebody was really clever and they moved the piece of plastic that they used last time to not destroy their MDF top. But I knew exactly where it was, so now we can continue cleaning. Okay. Whee! All right. I'm going to turn this down so you can actually see the gook. All right. Found Halo 0 and 17. And that inspired this cleaning. No, this was always the plan. I said before, there's no point in cleaning it if it's broken, and it's no longer broken. Rotoscope and color grade, the tech to be pearly white. Stretcher right? Yeah. You know what you could do? Go look at the thumbnail for my Pioneer PDM 60R cassette changer, or the Roland MT200, I think. Both of those have a thumbnail where I did an interesting thing where I used a Sobble and sketch effect to create an outline. You could probably implement that in real time. Okay. You don't need to rotoscope it. You can just do a edge detect. Just about to ask how the rest of the floor is. I mean, there was progress. There's really a lot of progress made today. Actually, look down there. The cable floor is now empty. I can't get the camera closer, but all cables back there that were the "I'm done with you now" plunk are gone. So, all right. I'm just using Windex for this. This is just dust for the most part. There's nothing really disgusting on here. So even water would work realistically, but the Windex will evaporate off a little better. So we're just going with that.
Says CHEER 100. Don't keep showing the floor. You'll make Ben jealous. End of line.
Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. All right. Oh, yeah, this is going to take a couple of paper towels, I think. There is a little bit here, but even that's coming off pretty well. This is not that horrible, awful texture that some of the stuff is, that this dirt just gets trapped in. Wow. I don't know if that'll come across on camera. Yeah, you can see the part that I cleaned versus the part that I haven't cleaned by just rubbing in there. Holy moly. We might have some work to do. Okay, maybe we will need the whole 2 hours. Let me, what are we brushing, DECWriter? No. Microfiber, maybe, but why would I do that when I can just throw away paper towels instead of destroying microfibers? They had some nice brushes. Again, what am I going to do with brushes? This is not a brush job. We need this stuff to go away. It needs to be accumulated on the paper towel, and then the paper towel goes in the circle hole, okay? Coin collectors can tolerate patina. I don't know why tech collectors can't tolerate yellowing. Exactly. Tip of the roof of the van and run it through cobblestone. Gosh. Nothing good power washer wouldn't clean. It would. Some of it would work fine in a power washer. Some of it would not. Wow, that top really does look so much better. Yeah. We need to do this. Okay, this could be
Jason 5 Stooge says CHER 190 dirt looks like Marlboro smoke. End of line.
It's so...
Matt Jenko Tech says CHER 100. As a real vintage tech collector, I want my computers to be yellow. It proves they are old and not modern reproductions. End of line.
I am stealing that. Jason, thank you for the 190 bits. And Majeko, thank you for the 100 bits, but bigger thank you for the thing that I'm going to tell everyone from now on. Oh my gosh. Where's the pressure washer? At home. There's no running water here. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is, I can't wait to put this on top of the other plastic and see what the difference is. The last paper towel. Oh, well. Somebody made some tests to determine the proper solvent, and now he's using cotton swabs to carefully clean the Yeah. Hey, I needed that. This thing's no dasher, but like, I think it's going to look pretty good when it's all said and done. That is a good one, Sanity. All right. Oh, wait, paper towels. Good news.
Berg says CHER 100
I got plenty.
MT 200. That is not too prissy on Epic. But I think I want to roll an MT-80S now. End of line.
I don't know what the MT-80S is. MT200 is basically an SC55 Mark II, though. It's a sleeper way of getting a sound canvas for cheap. Hold on, I'm just wait, where'd the key go? The key is supposed to stay in the top. Uh-oh. Is this it? Whew. Okay. Didn't actually, no, you know, I got bad news for you, Hiram. That's the whole point of the video. Is that people make ludicrously impossible requests for things like that. Well, I'm going to get another one of these so I can fill this thing completely with some pressure. So giving you Circle K vibes, I got good news, or bad news, good news, I don't know however you want to think about it. These are so much cheaper than home paper towels. It's not, I'm not even joking. It's insane. You should absolutely stop buying rolls of Bounty or whatever. Just get these. Okay, here we go. Now, I'm a stickler for doing this correctly. So we're going to interleave the first and last paper towels so that it actually folds through like it should. Okay, come on. You got them from the store's bathroom's cheaper, yeah. All right, come on. There we go. Stop folding weird. There. You know what? I'm just gonna twist tie this to this thing. That way I can't lose these. Somehow. That. I don't think that'll actually reach. But from here. Where is it? Come here. Ah, got it. Here we go. I'm running the key through this so that I can guarantee that it's attached to it. Same on with a magnet. You know, magnets are my favorite solution in an office full of floppy disks. Like cleaning like last week and let them all fall on the floor. Yeah. There we go. Little tight, but that'll work. Okay. Okay, good. The Windex didn't all evaporate yet. Most of it did, though. Okay. Any other parts here that need attention? That corner's a little... Actually, you know what? It's fine. I was going to say it's a little rough, but it's really not that bad. This front here. Velcro. For keys? Okay, that is massively better looking. Let's pop this on top of... God, I just inhaled a ton of hair. Let's pop this on top of the bezel and see the difference. Oh, it's gonna be so much. Oh yeah. There to there. It's so grimy. Come on, focus. There we go. So, yeah, that was a big improvement. Dude, what is this like hair looking thing in the upper right? What? Hold on. Oh, that's really bad. It did not move with the lens. Okay. So that's on the sensor. That's cool. We're gonna get that out. Hold on.
OLN subscribed at Tier 1. They've subscribed for 42 months, currently on a
Okay.
38 month streak.
A little more.
And says put yellow lacquer on it to new retro writers. End of line.
Yellow lacquer. Ooh, I think that did really good. Okay. Look at all that. Come on, where's that one? Where is that one? This is horrifying. There is a piece of glass in front of the sensor, in case anyone was curious about how the black magic works. So this is kind of safe. Don't worry about that. Okay. Yeah. How could I get that? Wow, it really does not want to come off, whatever that is. Okay. Well, hope that's not on the lens.
Kind of safe,
or visible.
as safe as anything else done in the office, at least. End of line.
Oh, and thank you for the tier 1 sub. Oh my gosh, excuse me. And for 42, I think it is, months there. I appreciate that. And Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. All right, let's see what this looks like. The hair fell off onto the lens. It was big. Okay, 360-degree shutter, ISO 3200. Hey, it's gone. And that other one is visible. It's right there, right at the fingernail. Hold on, I want to look and see if I can see it. There's so much smoo on that sensor. Oh my gosh. Do I have one of my, break glass in case of emergency clean lens wipes? Cool. That lens wipe deposited more hair. Love it. Well, maybe it disturbed enough stuff that...
Machenko Tech says CHER 100. If you break the glass while cleaning the lens, then maybe you are doing it wrong. End of line.
Okay. Is that hair gone? It's catching too much light from the top. Yeah, DECWriter wants me to use one of them fancy lens brushes. Psh, those are for nerds. Am I right? Okay, I'm not seeing anymore. We might have got it all. I bet I know exactly when that happened, too. Pro tip, don't change lenses in the middle of a desert. Okay. Figure probably doesn't hurt to blast the lens. I can see dirt some part of your PC monitor. That should be better. Yeah, nothing in the lower left, nothing in the upper right. Okay, that's way better. The only thing that'll still be there is the one dot that'll appear somewhere around here that is trapped inside the lens. Man, it does not like focusing on this thing. Okay, let me put this lens cloth back. Lens disassembly video coming. How am I filming that? Filming on your phone. All right, let's get this out of here and do some work on this. Oh, I didn't realize that it's metal clips that's holding that on. That's nice. So that's going to last a long time. So that audio issue is probably what I was concerned about and having the potential of LTE congestion. I'm going to blow my nose really quick here. Sorry, I can't mute because the new mics don't do that. Ah. Okay. But yeah, if that continues to happen, the disconnecting and then audio issues, we're going to do a home stream tomorrow. We can do a technical home stream tomorrow too, even, not just video games. Anyone try to make your deck talk? Say yes, only tons of times. I have no problem with people doing it. It just is meaningless to me because I've never played the game and have not watched any of the videos that are about that. All right. Feels good to clean this. Cleaning this, to me, this kind of cleaning, I should say. Let me rephrase that. This is a victory lap. This is being done with the project and getting to spend some time with the device in a less stressful way, and actually in a very calming way. You like the Link to the Past rando? I have not continued it yet off stream. I'm not guaranteeing that. But so far I haven't because I've been focusing on other stuff. What's your new means of predicting possible? I cannot divulge that. Can't have the government knowing about my LTE signal tracker. I mean, no, it's something else. Is lapping a type of polishing? Lapping is a type of sanding, which is a type of polishing. Polishing is sanding, actually, I should say. It's an ablative process. All right, this one, good grief, man. It's so bad. It doesn't even look that bad. I mean, it doesn't look great, but it doesn't look that bad. You're in a ablative process, yeah. And that's why I'm supposed to have the lid up here, because that's now going to form a weird lump. And so far, I've done a pretty good job of not damaging the surface in that kind of way. Is that cigarette smoke? No, it's just dirt. This was in a college. They probably didn't let them smoke. Probably. On the other hand, well, I mean, this would have been the 80s, so it would have been a little different. Digital Ice Age, it requires a delicate touch to properly use a melamine sponge. In the right application, they're pretty good. In the wrong application, they're just as damaging as retrobrighting. Matter of fact, you can use a melamine sponge to retrobrite because it can just remove the top layer of plastic. But you wouldn't want to. There's this like brown goo on this that will not come off. Well, I bet they didn't smoke around this in the college because they didn't want to have to clean it out of the air filters of the computers. I mean, it's better. It looks pretty good now. You can see some of the spots where the stuff won't come off. It's affecting the color and the reflections. But that's overall way, way better. Looking really good. No, it's not glue. I don't know what it is. Probably like coffee or something. Rather just use paper towel and Windex. Sometimes, I mean, delicate touch still leaves rub marks. Or use paper towel and Windex. I have had things where I absolutely could not get it off without the melamine sponge. And there's actually something on the Atomic keyboard that I might have to use that with. I just haven't gotten around to. I can show this. They know about it. They're going to fix it for final shipping. So on this side here, you can see there are some black marks on the edge of the keyboard. So the case for the Atomic keyboard has a sheet of foam that goes all the way along the bottom. And then there is a piece of thicker foam that is cut with holes going straight through that they glue to the bottom foam so that they can have isolated compartments for the keyboard and the trackball module and whatever. I think they put mine in before that glue fully set, or during shipping, the keyboard's, substantial weight pushed itself under the glue, and the glue actually stuck to the keyboard from that bottom layer. So that's glue that's on there, and I've tried everything. I cannot get it off with a solvent. So I'm probably going to bring the melamine sponge into it. So yeah, there are some situations like that where there's nothing that can be done other than doing some amount of damage, and you got to decide that trade-off. Like, I'm going to trade off some of the paint texture to get rid of those marks, because I think that will be worth it. Now, something like a TRS-80 Model 4 or my DTR or DT1, probably never worth it, because the texture is so significant. This, I don't know if this is going to work. Actually, I might want... DJ, how well do your brushes hold up to having Windex on them? Should I use a toothbrush for this or not? Because there is texture here, but there's goo in... well, it's not really goo, it's just dirt or whatever in the texture. Normally, I would just use this, but I don't know. If there isn't any metal on it, you can put a large plastic box of water and dishwashing. It's all metal. The whole... that's the reason it's so expensive. That base is an aluminum milled block. Very well. All right, then we're going to try that. Why would a toothbrush? No, the toothbrush wouldn't harm the surface, but this one in particular is full of flux residue, so I don't really want to use it. Try brake cleaner? I'm good. Nah, I'm good. All right, let's try this. Ah, gosh, it's already leaving bristles behind. I don't have the bucket to beat the devil out of it. Don't brush your teeth with that one either, yeah. New toothbrushes for that same reason, full of flux gunk, yeah. The universal reason to go to the dentist to get that free toothbrush. Oh, that did wonders. That did really, really well. That did irritatingly well. I want to do the whole surface now, but I don't want to do the whole surface. Brake cleaner probably dissolve the plastic. Brake cleaner will give me cancer. That's enough of a reason. Almost like you know what you're talking about. Yeah. But this sucks. As far as quick effectiveness, it needed to be the paper towels first no matter what. Yeah, that made a ridiculous difference. Oh my gosh, it looks so good now. So will Windex. I don't think Windex is going to give me cancer as much as brake cleaner. Let the plastic soak in isopropyl alcohol. Oh my god, you think I got like 8 gallons of isopropyl? Painting happy little Windex trees, yeah. All right, those of you who like to read manuals or whatever, what are these? Do these go to the DECWriter? So we got a hole. We got 2 little things that look like they hook onto another piece of flat metal, kind of like that. And then we got a tab. I got no clue what this is. These were both found inside this DECWriter when I first got it. And I have no idea if they even go to it. So there you go. You want screenshots or whatever? Take them now. It's like a weird piece of metal, and I have no idea where they go to. He's pronouncing it right. If you spell it out, type it out as isopropyl there, I will say it that way. But if you type it out as isopropanol, that's different. Also, it's sticky. Ugh. Just looking in the IPB, I don't know. If it fell off the car still runs, leave it alone. That's not fully true. You can run into features that you didn't know you should have that may be needed later. So it's safe to soak it in water since it's aluminum and not steel. I mean, is water going to help with a glue? I assume you're talking about the atomic keyboard again. I have to keep this angle or else the light reflections make it impossible to see anything. Stupid, gonna use a brush because it's better. No, the thing you're cleaning now. I mean, water would be... This is not aluminum. This is plastic. I was talking about the keyboard over here when I said it's metal. So you see that black line right there along the base of the keyboard? That is a glue that is stuck on it that I cannot get off. It's a really strong glue. This is just plastic, but the keyboard is aluminum. Is that black mark on the atomic sticky to the touch? It is when I try and put isopropanol on it. And it smears a little bit. Then the microfibers, yeah, but I don't have like a lifetime supply of microfibers or a way of easily cleaning them here. And it's hard enough to remember to take my shirts home to clean them every now and then. So we're not doing it with microfibers. Talking about brake cleaner for that, not the DECWriter. Oh, that would probably do bad things to the paint still. But that would be better than this. And it would be easier to take that home. Not a lot easier, but it would be easier. Keep merch shirts in the office. I don't ship my shirts out myself. Those come directly from Spring or Teespring or whatever they're calling themselves now. That's why my girlfriend into believing that every good song was actually created by Weird Al and everyone's just covering him. Am I evil? I mean, every song Weird Al has is great, and then the other songs are like the same thing but with different words. So you tell me, is it just a coincidence that one artist has all these great songs and everyone copies him? Or crazy thought, does every other artist also make good songs? I don't think that makes sense. It makes way more sense for there to just be one talented artist. That's so frustrating.
Matt Genko Tech says I see nothing like those metal bits in the illustrated parts breakdown. I do not think they are from the DECWriter. CHEER 100.
Thank you, Majenko, for the 100 bits and the insight. I appreciate that. Let's see, talking about soaking the DECWriter cover in water to make it easier. Now the keyboard. Yeah, okay. It looks like the whole thing lost the plot a bit there with the chat, whatnot. All right, what time is it? We got an hour. Water-based stuff doesn't do much. Helps glue rubber. Yeah. That was what I was thinking. Okay, this is making some massive progress. But we do have to pick this up because we still have to vacuum out the inside of the unit itself and wash the keyboard plate a bit. All right, just real quick, wipe this down. I wonder if this thing was stored outside because this came from surplus auction and they definitely store stuff outside. And it was sold right after all the rain. So it's very possible it got rained on right before I bought it. Why is this whole thing like slightly sticky? Maybe I should do this. Give this a very wet wipe down on a big area, and then just throw this one away in case it picked a bunch of that stuff up, and then it's better. Yeah, well, and yeah. That's why I'm thinking melamine sponge. Not ideal, but targeted. find the most corrosive carcinogenic, flat out dangerous chemical known to humanity. You should just dump it all over this piece of plastic. Gosh. Have t-shirts, Teespring started shipping things in a reasonable time? I have no idea. The t-shirts are made on demand, and how it works is they'll get the order in, and then they'll wait a little bit in case I did something like announced a new shirt in a video or something and it caused a bunch of orders of the old ones. So they might wait a week so that they could set up the process for producing that shirt, like multiple copies of it in one go. So that's why there'll be a delay, is that they're trying to optimize their own production process. So when just like one person orders one shirt of that design, they'll end up waiting a little bit to see if any more orders come in, and then they won't, and then they'll go ahead and just push the production through, and then they'll make that one shirt. And then that's also why that one shirt will cost a lot more, or the shirts in general will, because they have to handle those kinds of orders, which are a little more expensive to produce labor-wise. Too stubborn to buy another one, because as soon as I do, you'll find mine. Order it in a different color. I don't really say that in like a hoo-ha money, because I think I make like $3 off of each shirt or something like that. The women's shirts, I'm not even sure I make a profit on. I think I basically set it to the minimum because they charge more for women's shirts, and I figured, what are the chances I'm even going to get women's shirt orders? Why try and, like, I tried to just equalize the price between the men and women's shirts. So like, I'm not even going to bother. Just, even if I don't make anything off of that, just have them be the same price. It's ridiculous. What is this different color you speak of? I don't have any in a different color, but when you go to order the shirts off of Teespring, I have a selection of colors that you can order the shirts in. So you can get it in the blue, you can get it in a black, and a maroon, if I remember correctly. Officially, dark blue is the color I prefer, but all of those are acceptable and available. Only wears black. I don't even own the black shirts. I prefer the dark blue ones. The colors were actually designed, though, the spot colors, to work on a black or white background. Technically, they don't work great on it, but they do work. And I think there might be a white shirt available. I wouldn't recommend it, but it also means that they work well on other colors. So only wear whatever the next shirt in the drawer happens to be. See, that's how the home shirts work. Idea is solid, however, that would involve remembering what base color mine was. I mean, you could probably find the email, unless you're a weirdo who deletes emails. I've never deleted a single email. But I'm also a weirdo and keep like every eBay saved search ever so that I have a record of prices for things that I'm tracking, because I use that to make determinations on whether or not I should buy a thing. Somebody thinks wearing white will make other people go blind. No, I just think wearing white is a great way to have to buy a new shirt every week, because it will get dirty and then no longer be white. Throwaway spam email? I get too much. I give up. I get so much. This is a ridiculously massive improvement. This is awesome. Cleaning stuff is nice. Yeah, nothing's going to get that out but a melamine sponge, and I don't want to do it. So, little slight black splotch lives there now.
Amy Cat subscribed at tier 1. They've subscribed for 44 months. And says, I heard you like cleaning stuff. I have a bunch of computers in my basement that need cleaning. End of line.
I'm a cat. Thank you for the tier 1 sub and for 44 months. I appreciate that. What might stream this evening? Ah, see, I already have everything all planned out. By the way, Sunday, late stream. Short and late. Time unconfirmed. My white shirts are all magic. If I need ketchup to fall out of a bacon sandwich, white shirt, yeah. Little black splotch lives in everyone's hearts. That sounds like an Alanis Morissette song. All right, I'm calling that done. That's good enough. As he proceeds to add more wipes. That side just looks a little weird. What's going on Sunday? We had a late stream? Well, if I told you, it wouldn't be a surprise then, would it? And maybe I just gotta, go to the store and buy milk. Who knows? All right, setting that off to the side. Not cleaning the inside? No, that's next. Boom, there it is, inside. We're gonna start with the keyboard front though. And then we're gonna push it slightly back and try and realign it. Okay. This is going to be a little tricky, so we'll figure this out as we go along. Now, my only real goal here is to clean that line off. I could, now I wish this wasn't damp. Let's just see. What happens if I do this? Maybe damp was the play. You just go right back there. I don't like it that the 7's jamming now. It is split. Oh, God, no. Okay, we be very careful on this keyboard going forward. It has keytronic-itis. Not keytronic, high-tech-itis. Okay. Okay, I mean the underside of the plastic shell. If dirt got on that, it wins. It deserves to live there. Okay, let's try and get this edge off of there. The scum ring. Apparently he's famous for breaking vintage electronics. Dude, I got no idea. Oh, in reference to the key. Yeah, so I guarantee you that was already there, just waiting to rear its ugly head. Yeah. Ooh, this is really bad on the front. It definitely got something spilled on it at some point. Paint saved the day, though. Didn't get through and damage the metal. Oh, good. It wasn't an abrasion around the edge. Good news, bad news, though. It's, the black is hiding more evil than I anticipated. Definitely didn't almost break the bread. Yeah. Brown sticky Pepsi. I mean, in the 80s, maybe. No one wanted the Coca-Cola. For me, it's just, it's got to be coffee. Why would you want to drink anything else? Coffee's the best thing ever. Water gets a pass because it's just coffee, but less exciting. Okay. Then it took forever. Then it had a broken trace. Oh, gosh. Yeah, it looks loads better. I think this is worn into the paint slightly, though, unfortunately. Not a lot I can do about that. I'm going to take this off. Well, the keyboard won't fully remove. We're just going to take the screws out and then the weird little plates that are under it. That'll let us clean the inside. And then we will use the top to align the keyboard into the correct position, because this has slots here. So if I loosen all the screws, you'll be able to see how this works. Magnetic screwdriver is not being my friend here. There we go. So this does that to align, because I don't know, maybe they saw my micro expander that the keys don't line up on and we're like, we're also using nearly vacuum formed plastic. Maybe we should have some tolerance slop built in too. We're gonna have to bring this over so I can get the vacuum cleaner involved in this. All right. So we're not removing this because I don't want to unplug the cables, but we will be able to lift it up and slide it around slightly. And I'm just gonna pull this whole thing over here. Okay. I am missing a component. Where is it hiding? It's the one thing I wanted to use. There it is. Ah. There is a rubber attachment hose for getting closer to everything. I wish it had a bristle option like this, but nope. So we're just gonna have to like that kind of thing in there. All right, here we go. I need the small one. So let me turn this sideways. That'll make it a little easier for you to see something. Side note here. So the belt is like an actual proper belt. It's in really good shape. Side note here. Adam Savage from Mythbusters has a YouTube channel called Tested. And like within the last couple of weeks or so, he went to a museum restoration place where they do stuff. And they were using a technique very similar to this. I came up with this all on my own and I thought it was hilarious. The one innovation they have that I don't have that I have been wanting to do is basically this. I want a hole in the middle of the brush so that the vacuum can pull air through the brush so that I can have the disruption and the air intake all in one. But I don't have that. But I just thought it was really Paramount Film Archive. No, it's like they were looking at noiseless typewriters. And I just thought it was really funny that it was very close to what I came up with. But yeah, just a side note there. You have a drill press. You want to drill a hole through that? Good luck. There are a lot of chads in here from hole punching paper. Oh my gosh. Crazy to be able to do that now. Can I get the mold off of this? That would be swell. Let's make that a goal. Okay. That made a huge difference. Okay. Gigabit of chads, yeah. So hands changes the timeline. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wow, leaning over like that sucks. Whew. Ugh. Want to call out your guide on floppy archival in my museum as being super helpful? Well, I'm glad about that. And thank you for the slightly less than 70 bits. That's right, I deny you all every time. Ugh. Actually, I'm going to refill this water. This is not a light on physical activity day. Ugh. Whew. Got distracted on plates dinner. Oops. Working on how to understand very specific hard sector format. Looks like FM without any leader follower. That one's definitely somewhere you're just gonna have to look at it. I'm not gonna be able to help you here, unfortunately. Oh my gosh. All right, let's see what we can do about the mold. So whatever, I'm guessing whatever spilled onto this and got sticky spilled under here too and left some greenish black residue here and there. So it would be cool to not have mold inside of this thing. So let's get rid of the mold. So mold amongst friends, yeah. Oh, that is some stubborn stuff. You know what? It might just live there now because I don't really want to break that cable. Remolder, yeah. Yeah, it does not seem like it wants to come off too easily. I will try some ill-advised direct spray. Just give that a second. See what happens. I mean, this is only Windex, so it's not like this is mold remover, but, you know. So with paper towel, put underneath and rub from above. Yeah, I'm trying to hold it underneath, but it's not easy. There's not a lot of slack here. It's fizzing where the mold was. Nah, it's just coincidence. You're seeing a reflection of lights. Yeah. Just a little penicillin, let it ride. Yeah. We're sure that's mold and not corrosion. It's not allowed to be corrosion. I think that's as good as it's going to get. All right, well, we made a big difference inside. I'm pretty happy with that. Definitely made a difference on the outside. Guess studio lights are better in fizzing mold? Yeah. There's no way that cable's coming clean without breaking? Yeah, I don't think so either. I knocked it down a bit. Making a nice long replacement flex PCB, that would be like a $50 one. It is long. I guarantee you it's longer than my arm. It goes way, it basically, it goes all the way from here, over, back, and then down the full length of the internal electronics. It's long. Is it grooved? Is the mold in the groove? This is not grooved, but this kind of is, just because the copper adds thickness to where the, I presume, mylar is there. So. Sonic Rumble? I have no idea what Sonic Rumble is. Brush? No, that's not what the problem is. Brush is not going to solve it. This is a flat surface. It's not coming off of that. All right, mini rant about Hyrule Warriors 3. The music is so much better in it than Tears of the Kingdom, and it's maddening. They actually tried for the music in that, and they did not for Tears of the Kingdom. Every single song is a full-on remix. Nothing is just recycled. That's what Tears of the Kingdom should have been. And then never mind the fact that they put a bunch of story in there that should have been in the base game too, or all the easy stuff. It's just like every single thing that could have been improved in Tears of the Kingdom that wasn't is improved in that. I have not bought it. I'm boycotting it. That and the Bonanza DLC, it's I'm not thrilled with Nintendo right now. Ugh. All right. I think we're ready to put it together. It's not perfectly clean in here. You can see some dust down in there, but we have made tremendous progress, and it's not going to be gross now. So, let's get the weird little lifter bars in there for the keyboard and then put the top on. VTOV. I do not know what that is. V is excellent. I like V so much, I did a 100% run of the Android port just so I could say I did. Voices of the Void. Oh, okay. Now I have V music stuck in my head. Completely unrelated, but I found out recently that on Soul-Eye's website, there is a link where you can buy the CD soundtrack and the metal remix on CD. So I was pretty stoked about that. Got those in a little while ago. Because obviously that game has some of the best music ever. Axiom Verge's music's better. No, I haven't played that, which I know is going to be like a sin. Sorry. Spacebar, keys, and how many appreciable shine to them. I think your suggestions low hours are spot on. I really think it is. I think it's low hours, high abuse. That what time it was used by students who did not care. And so some things are a little bad, like the typing directly on the platen bar, let's call it. But yeah, that could also be described or accounted for, though, by it only being used as a printer. Which, I mean, if you bought this and then, you know, the whole microcomputer revolution happened, I could see relegating it to a printer. Low hours, high abuse chat, yeah. Speedruns of V are insane. I haven't actually watched any of them, but I could imagine it. Oh my gosh, I need to blow my nose again. Dude, this morning, I don't know why, my nose just went like bananas. It was ridiculous. Ugh, it's been rough. Can I add a strip of something to the platen bar? No, because I think that's just how it should be, and I can't change the thickness of it, or else I'll have to like recalibrate it for something it's not meant for. So, all right. I'm gonna put these all in here to the point where they're tight and then back them up just a little bit so that we can get this positioned in a good way with the top. So get it all in, then loosen it, put the top on, then reposition it. Then take the top off, then tighten it. So, loosening. There we go. Oni anime Bungie game? No. I have not. All right. It's hard to say where it should go, actually. I'm just going to kind of align it to the existing wear marks. And hope that's good. Maybe squish this a little bit, see if it feels like it's rubbing up against it. I think that's a good position right there. So let's leave that. Take this off. And then I'm going to pinch this as I tighten it. So it can't slide or roll underneath the screws here. And there we go. We can put all of the plastic back on. Hello, Lyria. We are actually just kind of wrapping up the goal here. Oh, I could clean that platen knob, actually. I should do that. Oh, man, that looks so much better. That thing looks incredible. I should just wipe this off because that looks gross. Just gonna light spritz that. Ow, ow. Okay, I won't loosen that. Ow, it's so sharp, ow. Okay, maybe slightly gross. She was now literally showing shorts as the first hits on any search. Delightful. Is it possible to use those in a modern PC using Linux? Yes. Can I use this one that way? No. Not without building an adapter, which I do want to build, but I have to get parts for it, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet. There we go. That still doesn't look great. I think the metal is slightly rusty where some stuff got on it. But that's it. I think it's done. Dude, it looks so good now. Oh my gosh. Like, look at it. It's glorious. I mean, yeah, you guys can't tell because the MPEG 2 is just schmoozing it all together. So yeah, it's all perfect for you. Ignore that bar that it's like slightly dirty. I don't know if I can clean that. Let's find out. Let's see. What's an adapter that is only wires? What? You're gonna put wheels on it? So one of the internal nuts for the screw-in feet has broken, unfortunately, or I would. No, it looks like that doesn't want to clean off. Actually, that's like glue or something. Ooh, it's pitting. I think this is poorly galvanized steel, and that might be corrosion. That sucks. Yeah. Oh well. Not a lot I can do about that. Came here for some spring cleaning in winter. Now get serial working so we can get some order printout. Yeah. And hold on. I think I saw, yeah, this is the part of the platen wheel that's slightly dusty. DECWriter screaming, use the brush! And I'm like, I got paper towel in my hand already. It's just as good. There we go. Dude, this thing is incredible. I love it. All right. There we go. Can RGB mod it after you retro it? Flash custom firmware so you can sideload apps. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Wire only adapter. I'll take a look at that. I thought I made links clickable. That must be a really wonky link. It's fine. I got the Twitch tab open still. Okay. Oh, I think, okay. On the 20 milliamp current loop output, not on the UART, that is? DECWriter gave up, yeah. Ugh. All right, I feel like there was something else I was going to look at today after we got this done, and I don't remember what it was. Let me do a little bit of cleaning here since we're actually done, and I don't want parts to just be like bleh. RS-232 directly on the current loop pins. Huh. Beige matches the sides of the Nova a little bit. This is definitely intentionally yellow. That's also painted. At least I'm pretty sure it's intentionally yellow. Do I have a splinter in my hand? I somehow got like one of those little metal splinters, and it was perfectly on the side of my thumb so that it went to rest my hand against my coffee bottle to like pop the top. The splinter pressed into my thumb as I was doing that. And I at first thought that the water in there was like beyond boiling and was just burning my thumb to death. And then I looked at it and saw the splinter because like it hurt so much. It must be, you know, and the coffee's hot. All right. We got 19 minutes left. I don't really want to mess with the insides of this with so little time because we're not going to accomplish anything meaningful then. Unfortunately, I will show this off. And you know what? I'll give an option to Digital Ice Age for a potential end of stream if he wants, based on what he can see right now. Because I did some cleaning here, which is really nice. I got my oscilloscopes and logic analyzers and other tools nicely organized away now. Yeah, so I'll give you a yay, nay, Digital Ice Age if you want it to be a male video or not. Or if you want it right now. That metal splinter sounds like cheap way to heat coffee. Yeah. Well, now I got a metal splinter off some old steel deck once. Yeah, they're really bad. Go ahead. All right. We will do that in a moment then. Let me just get the rest of the screws into the top of the DECWriter lid here. Where are they at? Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to get on the floor. Where are those stupid? Oh my gosh, there it is. All right. Take the X-Acto knife. Go cut the label off in the other room first. So the other half on your bed. Yeah. I feel a little bad about that. I really hope it works for you. If you have a Variac, highly recommended to use it for that because it's totally linear. Walk the dinosaur? Isn't that just me carrying anything I own? Final version of this grease weasel enclosure I'm building into the polar filaments platinum, huh? Oh, okay, the beige does. There we go. All right. Oh, yeah, DECWriter's so awesome. All right. DECWriter's so heavy. I'm stuck behind it. Who put the oscilloscope back? Ugh. That's you've never seen again, yeah. All right. Whew. Probably end up getting it powered once and never again. All right. I will be right back. Oh man, that thing's heavy. All right. Oh, that's weird. The shipping sticker has a tracker tag in it. I think it might be RFID in a sticker. I've never seen that before. I want to show it to you guys, but it has an address printed on it. Okay, everything else is safe now. Ugh. Definitely didn't apply that myself. No, so you know how shipping provider puts two stickers on there? The one that has the actual stuff, and then the one that has just like the address printed out very small. It was the small one. Sharpie time? No. This is something you guys never catch on to. I always X-Acto knife off the labels. If I'm going to do it for a video, I cut around just the addresses and leave everything else. No one ever leaves a secret message under the labels. All right. Just to confirm, this is it, right? Just to like make sure that I'm correct here. Water good. All right, that's definitely the box. Okay, perfect. All right. So, this comes from Digital Ice Age. After getting a very lucky score, and I'm really excited about this because this completes a thing. Yeah, the stickers I figured were the iconic thing. right. Yes, I definitely want 10 feet GPIB cables, 100%. 1010, I would very much appreciate that. Those are like the perfect length. Ooh, look at it. Make sure there's no secrets. Nope, no secrets. Sorry about the peanuts. I don't care. I'm not heavily offended by packing peanuts. They're a pretty effective means of packing. All right. Pull them from the trash pile? Oh, yes, please do. Ooh, oh, I see a sticker thing in there. Yeah, okay. One moment. Just enjoy this Windex bottle in the back of a printer. I see what this was wrapped in now. This was not prepared for this. That looks like a clock. Do you want them regardless of their length? Yes. I really don't have that many. I paid an exorbitant amount for a lot of a bunch of them of different lengths one time, and then some crazy person bought a HP computer that needed 1 billion GPIB cables for all of the peripherals, and then they all got used. So I have no spares, essentially. Gonna rip the label off. Yeah, put it in the... Yeah, just being safe here. There we go. I need to not look at the screen while I hold the X-Acto knife. Alright. I have to be careful. There we go. Oh, boy. And... boom. Look at it. It's beautiful! We got the two best things any electronic device can possibly have. Knob, dial. You hate me, Philip, but what is it? What isn't it? No, it is. You need that module for yours. It is the module. Oh, yeah. The Infinity Gauntlet is complete. For my HP frequency counter, that is only one of the greatest things I own. I don't know if this is good. I probably, you know what, we're gonna hope for the best here. Is there, like, how do you attach this? Is there a thing you're supposed to, oh my gosh, is there a screw in the back that I don't have? Wait, how does this work? Yeah, so I don't think I had the input to this before, so I don't know if it was even usable. Anyway, let's just find out if it's good or not. All right, here we go. And, oh, look at it. It's beautiful. Oh, yes! So, this is knob. It's slightly damaged, but who cares? It's knob. So yeah, this is frequency counter. This thing's insane inside. I did a second channel video powering this up. Scanning for tantalums? Nah, we're good. I've already done this. Be careful at the input level. So I'm realistically never gonna use it. I think this is for making it safe though, right? Yeah, you gotta see inside this thing. It's gorgeous. Look at it. Individual driver boards for each dial or each digit. Like taking off the knobs there before you got it. I didn't think that you thought it would just look really tasty and had to, you know, take a sample. Yeah, this thing is crazy. So I powered this up with a, yeah, not an IC in sight, exactly. I powered this up using the Variac because there's a full linear power supply inside. So if you want to see what a useful application of a Variac is, you can go to the second channel and look at this. Frequency counter that we have at the museum. Maybe. They're pretty common, I think. So yeah, this thing's awesome. I was initially going to try and make my own module that was a clock, because as long as you feed this numbers, I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's just numbers. And then someone else beat me to the concept. And there's a Hackaday article about it. So, you know, like, what's the point now? But now I can actually use it, maybe. There is no save with RF. Always respect the input. All right. I hadn't really thought of this as an RF device. I don't know what the frequency range is. It is kind of, you know, extremely old. So this is a 5245L. God, this thing's incredible. I kind of hate all of the stickers, but it also is like the engineering equivalent of like a racer car, where it's got like all of the things of the history. I don't know. Left-hand knob fully clockwise to plug in. Should that have done anything? Button. I don't know. Well, we'll just do counter, because counting's fun. Yours came from Honeywell, mine came from the Navy. Yeah. Should it have done anything, or would I would have to do an input, wouldn't I? Yeah, we could, because I have the frequency generator right there. Was that a nice car reference? I might have misheard. Then right hand to frequency. Okay. Well, you seem to know what we're doing here, so but there's no input. Well, I think it got a noisy input there. Should go to 0. Yeah, it looks it. What is this? Is it like volts? MC. I got no idea what MCs are. They put sticker right over the information you need to read. Yeah, now you have to collect all the modules. No, I think I'm good, actually. I'm happy with one. Oh, that's like some kind of latch that holds it in. And then I'm guessing, I don't know what that springy sound was. I don't like that. Is that, hold on. Off. Oh, it won't pull out now. So if I do that. I don't like this. You just live in there, please. Dials to tune the input. Wait, this is? You sure? Oh, this. You mean that. Okay, I was thinking this is one of those like weirdo bars that you rotate and that locks in place, and then there's like a spring and then it pulls it tight. Please don't break it. I really don't want to break it. Like really badly, I don't. Even though this is cosmetically in poor shape, it's still perfect. I'm very, very happy about that. It is kind of, I'm loving that this is like completely different asset codes from everything else, though. That's great. Oh, mine came from Honeywell and GE.
A swarm of dead insects, says CHER 101. Hi, Impact, and it's good to have you back. End of line.
Swarm, hello. Thank you for the 101 bits. RTFM. Yeah, I'm not planning on doing too much more with it. I just wanted to have that there. Yeah. But yeah. Look at that. Oh man, that's awesome. Thank you for setting that, Digital Ice Age. I'm really glad. That's so nice. video about the same module on how to use it. Yeah, this is definitely something where I don't want to just jam a signal into it and hope for the best. So, it looks like we kind of survived today's stream. So tomorrow what we're going to do is I'm going to come in before stream. Just unplugging power here. You know, as opposed to driving while streaming. I'm going to come in.
CHER 420. Dang, that's a fine knob, though. End of line.
Dora, thank you for the 420 bits there. Anyway, I'm going to pull off my HP 3325B signal generator there and the, HP 16500C. And we're going to put both of those on this table right here. And we are going to try to learn how to use the DSO on the 16500 because every time I try and use it, it sucks. And part of that's because I don't know the signals that I'm feeding into it and I'm trying to figure out, like, how do I do a frequency measurement? Wait, what's the frequency supposed to be? So we're going to use the frequency generator to generate a frequency that we know and then measure it and see what we can do. So that's what I want to do. I want a closed loop learning session so we know exactly what's going on. Yeah, it is smooth, or at least should be smooth. It's got a little roughness to the action, but it's not clicky. Partly because it is a like a geared one. So this spins faster than the outside does. Remember to find your attenuators. What? It's not a spectrum analyzer. It's not as fragile. What's the frequency, kid? I don't know. I am loosely familiar with the song Walk the Dinosaur. I was making a different kind of joke. Part is because the DSO portion of those machines is kind of fiddly and awkward, but you should be able to figure some of it out. Yeah, so it is less that I don't know how to use it and more that it's, well, I mean, look at it. Your options are touchscreen and knob. There's not a whole lot going on there for configuration. So it's all software, which makes it a pain in the butt. There are no buttons for like vertical positioning or whatever. You navigate menus for everything. Philip, what I was talking about is my HP Logic or oscilloscope over there. Or PS2 keyboard mouse. Well, I do have that plugged in. We'll be using that mostly. But that's the point I'm trying to make is that it's all software driven, not like button driven. Like if I pull, like for comparison, okay, this is the one we're probably going to end up using at the office after I deem the other one unacceptable. Okay, it's not even that many buttons, but it's enough buttons to be usable, even though this one's also fairly software driven. Like new cars, not my car, that's for sure. So yeah, we're gonna mess around with that because I want a DSO at home that doesn't have to be super complicated, just to be able to look at video signals, and 16500. Kind of perfect for that. Even if it sucks at everything else. So I kind of want it for that. So that has a lot of soft buttons around the screen. It does, but they're very well labeled when you utilize them. So the UI is just better on that. The 16500C, the real reason that it's such a pain in the butt is that it is meant to go, you'll notice there's no jacks on the front or anything. It's meant to be built into a test rig. And then computer controlled. So like you're not supposed to just sit there and navigate. I mean, it's even got a button to disable being able to do anything from the front panel. So it's a completely different mindset for how to work. It just happened to also be cheap and I could get it. So I did, and I wouldn't say I regret it, but that is the GPIB scope, Wesley. Yes. AliExpress DSO kit. Okay, you say that, but like, find me one. Find me one that can do 100 megahertz, and I'm sold. Maybe not AliExpress, preferably eBay pre-imported, because, well, yeah. Frequency counter also has the output on the back, so it's particularly useful, but hey, it does. All right. It seems like a lot of stuff does. Like both actually, the spectrum analyzer over there and the frequency counter have the 10 megahertz oven thing, and you can output those from the back. So that HP might have it. I don't know. But yeah. I think that's going to be it for today. So, if you really want to regret it, and if you haven't streamed the VGA conversion, would have stumbled across your streams, if you hadn't streamed the VGA conversion of it, I never would have stumbled across your streams. Oh, okay. Thank you for the stream. Yeah, no problem. Digitalish output of the numbers on the display. Oh, that's super cool. Anyway, yes, outro time. Well, probably what I might end up doing, actually, while the C is off, if I deem it unacceptable, I might yoink one of the oscilloscope cards out, put it in the B, and then VGA mod the B. Because I have a VGA splitter earmarked for it already. So we might. But yeah, I forgot what we needed to do. I think it was just like I think it was just needing to add the actual VGA splitter so that the signal could be loaded correctly. I think that was all we needed. Because we looked at the Trinitron inside and it was like it needed the 75 ohm termination for the signal or something to be able to work. So I think that was the reason we just built a VGA splitter into it, because it's basically VGA already. Yeah. Anyway, 100 megahertz ASO, you need that? Yes. I'm not sure what you mean. Really, if you snap a pig in the leg of the DECWriter where the broken nut is? Sure. I really don't think you understand how little I want to move it. There's a reason I'm not super keen on doing that. And you'll find out Sunday. So anyway, yeah. Alright, analog storage scope. Oh! Yeah, those are, I want one of those. I can't remember if the 79 is, actually. Doesn't look like it is. That's a shame. I really want a storage scope. Forgot that wasn't. Yeah, I want so I need to find, this is the most ridiculous thing. I need a landscape format, so not tall, HP analog storage scope that does XY. Anyway, that's gonna be it for now. If you guys enjoyed this stream, you may want to follow to be notified when I go live again next. If you want to help support the channel, find me on Patreon or get a shirt like this one. They even come in other colors. But that's it for now, and I will see you all next.